Part-time companions have been around to help the Doctor save the universe for a very long time. This retrospective will delve into some of those who have served as part-timers on board the TARDIS. Let's start off with the Brigadier, making his first appearance in the Web of Fear. As a colonel, he has helped the Doctor save the Earth from hostile alien invasions such as the Cybermen, Autons, Silurians, and also the Master. When we think of the Brigadier though, we also think of the Third Doctor's era. Even though he made his debut during the Second Doctor's era, the Brigadier featured heavily during John Pertwee's time on Doctor Who. It was only since when Tom Baker took over we hardly saw him at all for the rest of the classic series run. It was great that we got mentions of him in New Who, as well as a cameo appearance in the Series 2 finale of Sarah Jane Adventures. It's just a shame that Nick Courtney couldn't get a proper appearance in the new series before his death, but his legacy, I am sure, will live on forever. Next up, we have Harry Sullivan, as played by Ian Marter. Yes, the Fourth Doctor did call him an imbecile, but this companion is one of the best companions of one of the best seasons of Doctor Who's history, alongside Tom Baker and Elizabeth Sladen's Sarah Jane. He made his last appearance in Terror of the Autons before returning a few weeks later in the Android Invasion. It's just a shame that he didn't really get the send-off what, in my eyes, he deserved. The same goes for Sergeant Benton, played by John Levine, and Mike Yates, as played by Richard Franklin, as the unit soldiers, and whether you could count them as part-time companions, it's up to you to decide on that one. I like to think that they were a part of the unit family, so in my opinion they are part-time companions. Now let's skip ahead into the 1980s, where we had a plethora of female companions before we had a couple of female companions bow out and a few male ones come in. But in the 1980s we had Chameleon. Yes, to be honest, this robot was a pathetic recreation of K9, who became popular during the late 1970s. He only appeared in a couple of stories before being destroyed in Planet of Fire by Turlo. Now, if we take a moment, you can see that most of the part-time companions are portrayed by males, with the odd female such as Katarina or Sarah Kingdom from the First Doctor's era. The same applies for the new series. In Christopher Eccleston's short time on the show, there were 3 part-time male companions in the form of Mickey Smith, Adam Mitchell, and Captain Jack Harkness. Now, it's funny how all of them had some sort of crush on Rose Tyler, with the former going out with her at one point before the Doctor showing up on her front doorstep. But here's the thing I'd like to argue. In the new series, when we get a male part-time companion, why do they have to fancy the main female companion? It is starting to feel a bit repetitive and boring, especially when the female is actually in love with the Doctor. It has happened a few times in the new series. For instance, Rose Tyler has a crush on the Doctor and she even admitted that she loved him. And it sort of happened with Amy Pond as well. Now, this brings me on to Rory Williams, as played by Arthur Darvill, and to be honest, in my eyes, he was great. I preferred him to Amy as time went on because as I grew to dislike Amy, especially in Series 6, Rory became my favourite companion for that time. They were married, but you still got the sense that Amy had a crush on the Doctor. And to be honest, I feel that Amy didn't treat Rory in the right way possible. Now, looking at the announcement of the casting of Samuel Anderson as Danny Pink, I think this is going to be an interesting one because at the same time, I hope Clara will not have some sort of love interest, and I hope that she's not a love interest of his. And besides that, it will be a bit more awkward as the Doctor is no longer played by a younger man. I'd like to see a chemistry where the Doctor, Clara, and Danny are just three best friends who travel through time and space. The sort of classic chemistry, like with the Fourth Doctor, Sarah, Harry. I'd like to see something like that. Overall, there is a lot more stuff to say about part-time companions, but I feel if I did, then I would go on for hours and hours and hours disputing whether those particular individuals of the show were actually companions or not. Tell me what you think in the comments section of the casting of Samuel Anderson as Danny Pink, and how do you think he'll fit into Series 8 along with a new Doctor? And also, tell me what you think your favourite part-time companion is. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more retrospectives.